Hey, second graders, welcome to Math at Home. We are going to need you to get both math books out. We're going to be working on Unit 11, Lesson 12. So if you could get this big colored book out, it looks like this with the tiger on the front. You need to turn to page 357 in your colored activity book to follow along. So today's learning target is that I can practice solving 2 and 3-digit addition problems. Some of the vocabulary you're going to have is hundreds, tens, and ones. If I ever move a little bit too fast for you, you can always pause this video and then keep coming along with us. If you remember how to add 3-digit numbers, this is just a quick little review. So make sure that your numbers are stacked up correctly, lined up in the ones and the tens and the hundreds. They all have to make sure they're lined up vertically on top of each other. One thing that we do when we start this is we think of cutting them into groups. So I think of my ones first. I have to add these, then I add my group of tens, then I grab my group of hundreds. Now, one way to do this is by drawing out a proof drawing. A proof drawing, if you remember, is using these blocks here to show your first number. So if I wanted to create an ad using blocks, some of you might not have manipulatives at home, but you can draw this out. I'm going to show you how you would draw it out. So 335 is my top number. So I'm going to make 335 using my blocks. So I'm going to draw out 300, 100, 200, 330. I have to use my 10 sticks. 10, 20, 30, and then I do my ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this number is 335, same as 335, it's just drawn out. Now I'm going to draw out my bottom number, 250, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then I have 7 ones in this spot. So I'm going to draw out 7 ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, now when I go to add them, I have to add my ones first. So I have to add all the little ones first. 5 here plus 7 here. So when I count them, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this little group right here actually makes a group of 10. So I'm going to bring it over. I'm going to glue these little guys together and create it into a stick, a 10 stick. So I'm going to exchange these out. So I'm going to exchange these out and say, get rid of this group. And instead, I'm going to exchange them for a group of 10. So I'm going to take and add another 10 stick. Now, how many ones do I only have left? Because I took those out and exchanged it in for a 10 stick. I only have 2 left. So my answer here, I would draw in the ones place is 2 because I have 2 little ones left. Now I'm going to count the group of 10s. I'm going to have my group here and my group here, and I'm going to count. How many do I have total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 10 sticks. And how many 100 sticks do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. I only had to regroup one time with this 10 stick in that place. Okay, now moving on. If we see a number that's actually lined up horizontally, it's very difficult to regroup. So I'm going to recommend that you need to stack them one on top of the other and make them vertical so that you can add and regroup. So my problem right here is 257 plus 87. It's the same problem, it's just flip-flopped and written vertically instead. Now, one thing important to remember, guys, is that if you're stacking the numbers, you need to make sure the ones are stacked on top of the ones. The tens match up with the tens. Because if you accidentally put 87 in this spot, it might look like 870, and that's not the same as 87. So make sure you're lining them up carefully. Now I just go straight down and add just like I did. Now if you notice back to my other screen, it kind of took me a long time to add this way. This was just to remind you how we did things. This way is probably the way hopefully most of you guys are doing in your math notebooks by this point. You're slicing them down the middle and you're adding the ones first. So I add 7 plus 7. Well, I know 7 plus 7 is 14, but I know I cannot write the number 14 in this spot right here. It only can fit one number. So I know that I have to erase that, keep my 4 down here, carry my 1 up top to show that there's one more stick or there's one more group of 10 now. So now I can add 1 plus 5 plus 8. Hopefully you did that in your head. And again, I get 14. I can't put my 14 here, but I put my 4 here and I carry my 1. So now I have 2 plus 1 more is 3. So the answer is 344. Now in your math book, if you could please turn to page 367. Whoops, sorry about that. 367. I'm going to do the first one with you and make sure you follow along with me. So I'm going to add my group of ones first. So I add 6 plus 8. I hope you had 14. I have to carry my 1 and bring down my 4. Now I add my group of tens. 1 plus 3 plus 7 more. Hopefully your brain thought 11, so I put my 1 down here and bring my 1 up top. 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7. Now I have to go back and think, did I make a new group of 10? Yes. So I would write in this answer, yes, I had to make my new group of 10. I look in the tens place and I had to make a whole new group. Think back to those proof drawings of those sticks. Did I have to make a new 100? Well, yes, I did. Look in my hundreds place. I had to carry a 1 there, so I'm going to write yes. Now I'm going to let you finish this workbook page on your own. However, make sure that when you rewrite this, that you are rewriting 485 plus 93 in the correct space, because otherwise you can get it wrong and mess it up. When you're finished with this page, it says on number 7 on the back. Sometimes we skip these, but here's an example of what I'd like you to do. Write and solve a story problem using 3-digit numbers. Explain how you made a new 10 or 100 to add the numbers. So instead of having to do all of that, what I'd like you to do is make up your own 3-digit plus 2-digit or 3-digit plus 3-digit number. So for example, you can make up your own number. See, 3 digits. 1, 2, 3 digits plus another, let's say, bigger number, 78, or however you want to make up your number. And I'd like you to just practice that math problem. Then on this homework page, I wanted to make sure to explain to you the directions because it can be a little bit tricky. Now, this is page 369 in your class activity book. We're still on Unit 11, Lesson 12. So it says, find the hidden animal. Directions for the puzzle appearing on page 370. So there's 2 pages to this problem. Start by coloring in 6 dotted squares. These are free squares. They are part of the puzzle solution. Solve a problem below and then look for the answer in the puzzle grid. Color it in. Solve all 20 questions correctly. Color in all 20 correct answers. Name the hidden picture. It is A or an. So what you're going to do, friends, is you're going to solve all of these math problems. Holy cow, you're going to be amazing at this by the end. And then the fun part is on this class activity page. These are all of the answers, but only some of them match. So your answer, for example, if I do this first one with you, 524 plus 247. We're going to solve this one together. So I do 4 plus 7 is 11. Carry my 1, bring down my 1. 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7. And 5 plus 2 more is another 7. So then I would go to my next page. The answer is 771. I would go to my next page and I have to find 771. There it is. I'm going to color that one in. And it's kind of hard to do it on my computer, but you can make your drawings nice and neat. So you're going to go back and forth from these 2 pages to figure out what animal it is. It did tell you at the beginning of the directions to start by coloring the 6 dotted squares. These are free squares. So the same color, these are the dot squares. I would color those in as well with the same color. Don't switch colors or you're going to not be able to figure out what animal or shape that they have in this hidden picture. So good luck. If you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, you need to make sure that you're emailing your teacher and asking them for help. But that sums up today's lesson. We just want you to be working on today's activity book. So when you're done with this page and you have found out the hidden picture, we would love you to take a picture of this, what the animal was, and send your teacher a picture. Have a great rest of your day, guys.